Greetings. My name is Abdullah, and I am your teacher for Advanced English from New York City. It is my duty to make advanced speakers of English speak as if English were their first language. Subscribe to this channel and write your name in the comments so can use your name in example sentences. Today's article is about the effects of a drug called fentanyl on the United States. Let's get started. DEA, that means Drug Enforcement Agency, issues dire warning on fentanyl mixed with flesh-eating trank zombie drug seized in 48 of 50 states. And this comes to us from foxnews.com, written by Danielle Wallace. Dire is a very important English word. It means very serious, urgent, or desperate. For example, when the locusts spread and ate all the wheat, the country was in dire need of food. So again, imagine that situation and there is no wheat for a country, then the situation is dire. DEA warns animal tranquilizer xylazine increasingly found in fentanyl supplies trafficked by Mexican cartels rots human flesh, can lead to amputation. Here we see a picture of a man, and we will explain what he says later, and another individual on the right who is using the drug called fentanyl. Video by video, better and better, inshallah. Amputation. Amputation means to remove by cutting, especially a part from the body. For example, the rock climber got stuck between two boulders, so he had to amputate his own legs to get free. So imagine, amputation is to remove something, especially a part of the body, by cutting. New zombie drug laced with fentanyl can eat flesh. It's absolutely horrible. Former drug addict Frank Rodriguez sounds the alarm on the Narcan-resistant drug trank infiltrating cities. Sound the alarm is a great English idiom. It means to warn other people about something dangerous or risky. For example, the scientists try to sound the alarm of the flaws in the design of the submarine. So again, the scientist tried to do what? He tried to warn other people about the dangers or the flaws in the design of the submarine. The U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA, issued a dire warning regarding fentanyl mixed with a flesh-eating trank zombie drug that has been seized in 48 out of 50 states so far. Seized is higher English vocabulary. It means to take something. Usually the government seizes. For example, the International Police seized over $1 million in guns and drugs from his property. So again, seize means to take something, usually legally. In a new public safety alert, the DEA said it was warning the American public of a sharp increase in the trafficking of fentanyl mixed with xylazine. Xylazine, also known as Tranq, is a powerful sedative that the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, has approved for veterinary use. I want you to practice this English expression, sharp increase, after you have watched this video. Sharp increase means a sudden rise. For example, when we discovered the new element on Mars, we saw a sharp increase in the types of technology we could make. Again, sharp increase means a sudden rise. Add this to your vocabulary, bi'idhnillah. Xylazine is making the deadliest drug threat our country has ever faced, fentanyl, even deadlier, DEA Administrator Ann Milgram said. DEA has seized xylazine and fentanyl mixtures in 48 of 50 states. The DEA laboratory system is reporting that in 2022, approximately 23% of fentanyl powder and 7% of fentanyl pills seized by the DEA contained xylazine. Approximately here means close to, but not exactly a number or time. For example, Helena Davis makes approximately $1 billion approximately once a year. So again, approximately means close to a number or close to a certain time. The alert says xylazine and fentanyl drug mixtures place users at a higher risk of suffering fatal drug poisoning because xylazine is not an opioid. Naloxone, Narcan, does not reverse its effects. Naloxone does not reverse its effects. What is reverse? Reverse means to change the direction of something. For example, scientists have found a way to reverse gray hair. But to do so, you have to have fun, like flying over your favorite city. So again, reverse means to change the direction of something to go the opposite direction. For example, going reverse in your car means going backwards. Animal tranquilized, mixed with fentanyl rots skin, turns human into zombies, The Walking Dead. I think this should say animal tranquilizer mixed with fentanyl. DEA Administrator Ann Milgram Wright warned of a sharp increase in the trafficking of fentanyl mixed with xylazine. Look closely at this word trafficking. Most people will think this is about traffic with cars. This is incorrect. Here, trafficking means to buy or sell things illegally, such as guns, such as drugs, or even people. For example, she was arrested by the international police for trafficking diamonds, albino tigers, and mushrooms. Use this word to improve your English. Still, experts always recommend administering naloxone if someone might be suffering a drug poisoning, the alert said. People who inject drug mixtures containing xylazine also can develop severe wounds, including necrosis. the rotting of human tissue that may lead to amputation. So, fentanyl mixed with xylazine can cause severe wounds. Severe means something that causes great pain, difficulty, or damage, something that is very serious. For example, he had a severe toothache for 3 days until he went to the dentist to have his tooth removed. So again, fentanyl mixed with xylazine can cause severe wounds, even necrosis, which means rotting flesh. According to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, 107,735 Americans died between August 2021 and August 2022 from drug poisonings, with 66% of those deaths involving synthetic opioids like fentanyl. And here we see a picture of many people under the effects of the drug sitting here outside in, I believe, the state of Pennsylvania. Trank was found in over 90% of Philadelphia's drug supply. The Sinaloa cartel and Jalisco cartel in Mexico, using chemicals largely sourced from China, are primarily responsible for the vast majority of the fentanyl that is being trafficked in communities across the United States, the DEA alert added. The FDA recently communicated to healthcare providers about the risks to patients exposed to xylazine in illicit drugs. That message says xylazine is not safe for use in humans and may result in serious and life-threatening side effects that appear to be similar to those commonly associated with opioid use, making it difficult to distinguish opioid overdoses from xylazine exposure. So the vast majority of fentanyl in the United States comes from Mexico. Vast is a word that means very great in size or amount, but especially distant. For example, in the vastness of space, there is a vast forest planet, and deep in the vast woods, there you will find the vast majority of wood giants. So again, vast means very great in size, amount, but especially distance. Subscribe and write your name in the comments, and inshallah, I will use your name in an example sentence. As always, I wish for myself and my family, for yourself and your family, the best in this life and the next. Fi aman ar-Rahman.